Discussion on verses 1 to 17 of 17. This chapter begins by inviting reflection on a striking aspect of creation, one that clearly points to the oneness of Allah, the Exalted, and demonstrates that He alone must be obeyed in every circumstance. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verses 1 to 3.
By the sky and the night comer. And what can make you know what is the night comer? It is the piercing star.
The celestial bodies stand as a powerful testimony to deliberate and precise design. The stars that illuminate the night sky are not scattered without order, rather they are arranged according to a perfectly balanced and purposeful system. For thousands of years, long before the development of compasses, clocks, or modern navigation tools, people relied on the stars to guide them across deserts, oceans, and vast uncharted lands. Entire civilizations used constellations to determine direction, track seasonal changes, and structure their daily lives. This ancient system of navigation continues to demonstrate reliability, reflecting the enduring wisdom embedded within creation. Chapter 6 Al-An'am, verse 97.
And it is He who placed for you the stars that you may be guided by them, through the darknesses of the land and sea.
Those who study the universe cannot reasonably claim that the stars exist without purpose. Their movements follow precise and predictable patterns, repeating consistently over time. Constellations appear and disappear at specific intervals, marking the passage of seasons. Certain stars signal the arrival of winter or the onset of spring. Mariners historically navigated vast oceans by following fixed reference points such as the North Star, while farmers depended on celestial patterns to determine planting and harvesting periods. Even in modern times, astronomers rely on the consistent behavior of these celestial bodies to measure time, observe planetary motion, and understand the structure of the universe. Such precision, consistency, and harmony cannot be attributed to chance or coincidence. Rather, they indicate intentional design and perfect governance. The stars are not merely decorative features of the sky, they serve clear functions as guides, markers, and signs. Their beauty inspires reflection, while their purpose reveals a deeper reality, the existence of a creator whose knowledge and control encompass every detail. The vastness of the heavens, the stability of their movements, and the reliability of their patterns all point to a single truth: creation is not random but purposeful. Through this reflection, it becomes evident that the one who arranged the stars with such flawless precision is the same one who deserves complete obedience. Just as the universe operates in perfect balance under His command, human beings are guided toward balance, peace of mind, and true success only when they align themselves with His guidance and use the blessings they have been granted in the manner He has prescribed. The stars guide travelers through physical darkness, while divine revelation guides hearts through spiritual darkness. Both forms of guidance originate from Allah, the Exalted, and both lead to clarity, stability, and safety for those who follow them. Just as Allah, the Exalted, meticulously maintains balance and harmony throughout the creation, ensuring that every element functions in its proper place, human beings are also closely monitored to preserve justice in both worlds. Although people have been granted free will to make choices, they are not left without oversight. Each individual has guardians assigned to observe and record every action, thought, and intention. This system ensures that nothing goes unnoticed, and that ultimate accountability will be fair and precise. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verse 4.
There is no soul but that it has over it a watchful guardian.
By recognizing this, a person is reminded that their deeds, whether good or bad, are always being observed. This awareness encourages careful and deliberate action, motivating individuals to use the blessings they have been granted wisely, maintain moral discipline, and strive for a balanced and harmonious life, ultimately preparing themselves for their accountability in the hereafter. Allah, the Exalted, then invites people to reflect on their own creation, which alone provides clear evidence of a wise creator and sustainer who possesses complete control and authority over every aspect of their existence. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verses 5 to 7.
So let man observe from what he was created. He was created from a fluid, ejected, emerging from between the backbone and the ribs.
Anyone who carefully contemplates the human body with an open mind will recognize that its precise composition, the intricate balance of organs, bones, senses, and bodily systems, could not have arisen without deliberate knowledge, planning, and power. If even a simple object or machine cannot be designed, constructed, and maintained without a skilled creator and caretaker, it is far more unreasonable to assume that a human being, with their extraordinarily complex physical, mental, and emotional systems, exists and continues to function without a wise creator and sustainer. The human body relies on countless interdependent processes that must remain in perfect balance for life to persist. From the regulation of the heartbeat and blood flow to the coordination of the nervous system, digestive system, and immune system, every function depends on precise timing and harmony. Even minor disruptions can lead to illness or death, demonstrating that continuous oversight and control are essential. By reflecting on this, one can recognize the undeniable evidence of divine wisdom, power, and care in their very being, strengthening faith and gratitude, while highlighting the importance of following the guidance provided to maintain a balanced and purposeful life. In addition, the careful development of the human being from a tiny sperm drop is itself a clear sign of the ability of Allah, the Exalted, to resurrect the dead. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verse 8.
Indeed, Allah to return him to life is able.
Beyond this, Allah the Exalted has embedded patterns of revival and renewal throughout creation, repeating them across days, seasons, and generations. These signs are so abundant and consistent that only those who refuse to reflect remain unconvinced. Rain falls upon barren land, reviving soil that seemed utterly lifeless. Dormant seeds, dry, hard, and apparently dead, absorb water, swell, and burst open, producing vegetation that sustains life. If Allah, the Exalted, can revive a seed buried in the earth, then resurrecting a human being who is likewise placed into the ground is no greater challenge for the one who created both. The cycle of the seasons provides another powerful testimony. In winter, trees stand bare and lifeless, their branches stripped of color and vitality. Yet with the arrival of spring, they awaken. Leaves unfurl, flowers bloom, and entire landscapes that once appeared dead become vibrant with life. This transformation repeats year after year, silently proclaiming the reality of resurrection. Even within the human body, resurrection occurs continuously. Skin cells, blood cells, and countless other tissues die and are replaced every moment. The body is in a perpetual state of renewal, though people rarely pause to consider the profound implications of this ongoing transformation. A caterpillar enters a cocoon in a state resembling death, only to emerge as a butterfly, completely transformed, as if granted a new life. Certain desert plants remain dry and lifeless for years, yet the moment rain touches them, they bloom with extraordinary speed and beauty. Forests devastated by fire eventually regenerate, as new shoots emerge from charred soil, and entire ecosystems return to life. Animals that hibernate enter deep states of inactivity, where bodily functions slow dramatically, mimicking death, yet they awaken with renewed strength when the season changes. Even the oceans reflect this pattern. Coral reefs that appear dead after bleaching events can regenerate when conditions improve. The heavens themselves display this cycle. Stars collapse, scattering their elements across space, and from this material, new stars and planets are formed, creation emerging anew from destruction. The daily rhythm of sleep and wakefulness also demonstrates this truth. Sleep resembles a minor death, with the sleeper's senses suspended and awareness withdrawn. Allah, the Exalted, restores life by returning the soul to the body for those destined to continue living. Chapter 39 Az-Zumar, verse 42.
Allah takes the souls at the time of their death, and those that do not die He takes during their sleep. Then He keeps those for which He has decreed death, and releases the others for a specified term. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who give thought.
These countless examples in nature, within the human body, and in daily life illustrate that resurrection is not only possible but inevitable, affirming the absolute control and wisdom of Allah, the Exalted. In addition, the Day of Judgment is something that must occur. When a person reflects upon the universe, they observe countless examples of perfect balance woven into every aspect of creation. The Earth, for instance, is positioned at a precise and balanced distance from the Sun. If it were even slightly closer or further away, life as it is known would not be possible. Similarly, the water cycle, where water evaporates from the oceans, rises into the atmosphere, condenses into clouds, and returns as rain, is perfectly regulated to sustain life on Earth. The ground itself is created in a balanced manner, soft enough for fragile shoots to penetrate and grow into crops, yet firm enough to support the weight of mountains, cities, and towering structures. These and many other examples clearly indicate not only the existence of a creator, but also the presence of deliberate balance in his creation. Yet there is one major aspect of this world that is clearly unbalanced: the actions of human beings. One frequently observes oppressive and tyrannical individuals who escape punishment in this world. Conversely, countless people endure oppression, hardship, and injustice without receiving their full reward for patience and perseverance. Many Muslims who sincerely obey Allah, the Exalted, face difficulties and trials, receiving only a small portion of their reward in this life, while those who openly disobey Allah, the Exalted, often enjoy worldly luxuries and comforts. Just as Allah, the Exalted, has established balance in all aspects of creation, the reward and punishment of human actions must also be balanced. Since this balance is not fully realized in this world, it must necessarily occur at another time, namely, on the Day of Judgment. Allah, the Exalted, could fully reward and punish in this world, but one of the wisdoms behind not doing so is that He grants people opportunity after opportunity to repent sincerely and correct their behavior. His mercy delays punishment so that hearts may soften and return to Him. Likewise, He does not grant believers their full reward in this world because this world is not paradise. Furthermore, belief in the unseen, particularly the unseen reward awaiting the believer in the hereafter, is a fundamental aspect of faith. In fact, belief in the unseen is what gives faith its true value. Believing in something that can be perceived through the five senses, such as receiving full reward in this world, would not carry the same spiritual significance. Fear of full punishment in the hereafter, and hope in receiving complete reward, encourage a person to abstain from sins and perform righteous deeds. These two forces, fear and hope, work together to guide the believer toward obedience, humility, and sincerity. For the day of recompense to commence, this material world must come to an end. Punishment and reward can only be given once every person's actions have concluded. Therefore, the day of recompense cannot occur until the actions of humanity have ceased, which indicates that the material world must inevitably end, sooner or later. When a person reflects upon this discussion, their faith in the Day of Judgment is strengthened. This, in turn, encourages them to prepare for it by using the blessings they have been granted in the correct manner, as outlined in the Holy Quran and the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Through this preparation, they attain peace of mind and success in both worlds by achieving a balanced mental and physical state, and by correctly placing everything and everyone within their life. Chapter 45 Al-Jatiyah, verse 22.
For Allah created the heavens and the earth for a purpose, so that every soul may be paid back for what it has committed, and none will be wronged.
And chapter 86 at Tariq, verse 9.
The day when secrets will be put on trial.
A day on which every intention, word and action will be accounted for with perfect wisdom and justice. Allah, the Exalted, then urges people not to rely on wishful thinking regarding the Day of Judgment, falsely believing that they can persist in disobedience while someone else will guarantee their salvation. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verse 10.
Then man will have no power or any helper.
Each person will be held fully accountable for their own deeds, and no relative, regardless of how pious they may have been, can intervene to save them from their responsibility. Chapter 31 Luqman, verse 33.
O mankind, fear your Lord, and fear a day when no father will avail his son, nor will a son avail his father at all.
And chapter 53 and Najm, verse 39.
And that there is not for man except that good for which he strives.
While intercession on the Day of Judgment is a reality, it will only benefit those who genuinely strive to obey Allah, the Exalted, in this world. This is made clear throughout the Holy Quran. Chapter 40 Ghafir, verse 8.
Our Lord, and admit them to gardens of perpetual residence which you have promised them, and whoever was righteous among their forefathers, their spouses and their offspring.
A person who adopts a careless or lazy attitude, ignoring obedience and assuming that others will ensure their salvation, will face disappointment. Such an approach not only disrespects the concept of intercession, but may result in those they hoped would intercede actually testifying against them. Chapter 25 Al-Furqan, verse 30.
And the messenger has said, O my Lord, indeed my people have taken this Quran as a thing abandoned.
This verse specifically addresses Muslims, as they are the community entrusted with the guidance of the Holy Quran. Non-believers, having never accepted its guidance, cannot be described as abandoning it. The consequences for any Muslim who fails to act on the teachings of the Holy Quran, and against whom the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, bears witness on the Day of Judgment, are unmistakably serious. Therefore, every person must avoid relying on others for intercession and instead strive sincerely to obey Allah, the Exalted. This involves using the blessings they have been granted in ways that please Him, as outlined in the teachings of Islam. The companions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, exemplified this attitude. They worked diligently to follow divine guidance, even though they were in the company of the best person who could intercede for them on Judgment Day, namely, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Their example demonstrates that sincere effort and obedience are indispensable, and no one can substitute for a person's own accountability. Allah, the Exalted, then invites people to reflect on another aspect of creation that clearly indicates His oneness and absolute wisdom. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verse 11.
By the sky which returns rain.
Even when constructing a simple building, careful planning is required. Pillars, supports, and precise measurements must be strategically positioned to maintain the integrity and safety of the structure. Thought, design, and attention to detail are essential for even the simplest construction. If this is true for a basic human-made structure, how can anyone reasonably believe that the vast heavens and the earth came into existence by accident? If their creation were accidental, it would inevitably be imperfect, unstable, and unsafe. Yet the observable order, harmony, and stability of the universe testify to the deliberate planning and wisdom of the Creator, Allah, the Exalted. Chapter 13 Ar-Ra'd, verse 2.
It is Allah who erected the heavens without pillars that you can see.
Another clear demonstration of divine wisdom is the perfectly balanced water cycle, which sustains all life on Earth. Water evaporates from the oceans, rises into the atmosphere, and condenses into rain. Some of this rain is naturally acidic, but it falls on mountains that neutralize it, making it suitable for human and animal use. This precise balance ensures that the system remains life-giving rather than destructive. Any slight disruption, whether in rainfall, ocean salinity, or the neutralizing processes of the mountains, could lead to disastrous consequences for life on land and in the sea. The oceans themselves are perfectly balanced to support both marine life and human activity. The salt concentration prevents contamination from dead organisms, allowing aquatic ecosystems to flourish. At the same time, the density and surface properties of the water allow ships to sail safely across it. A minor alteration in this balance would disrupt either the thriving of marine life or the ability of ships to travel, but never both. Even today, sea transport remains the most widely used method for moving goods across the globe, illustrating how this balance is essential for human civilization. Rain also exemplifies this precision. Too little results in drought and famine, while too much leads to destructive floods. Chapter 23 Al-Mustminin, verse 18.
And we have sent down rain from the sky in a measured amount and settled it in the earth. And indeed, we are able to take it away.
Every component of the water cycle, from evaporation to precipitation, operates within a perfect system designed to sustain life. Observing these processes makes it clear that the balance and harmony within creation are not accidental but the outcome of a deliberate, knowledgeable, and powerful Creator. The land on Earth has been formed in a remarkably balanced and purposeful way, allowing people to both cultivate crops and construct buildings upon it simultaneously. Observing the varied landscapes across the Earth, one notices the differences in altitude. Higher altitude regions are naturally more difficult to inhabit due to thinner air and the challenges of reaching them, yet these areas are limited. The vast majority of the Earth's surface lies at altitudes optimal for human habitation, providing ease of living and accessibility. Additionally, certain areas of the world remain naturally inaccessible because of their rugged terrain, making it difficult for people to travel to these regions or exploit the resources there. Nevertheless, the majority of the Earth has been designed in such a way that it is easily accessible, ensuring that humans can benefit from the land efficiently. The distribution of natural resources further demonstrates this balance. Resources essential for human survival, such as fresh water, fertile soil, and vegetation, are generally more accessible than those of lesser necessity, highlighting a deliberate consideration for human needs. This careful design, evident in countless features of the Earth, cannot be attributed to chance and clearly points to the existence of a creator. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verse 12.
And by the earth which cracks open.
The earth has been arranged to facilitate the production of various forms of sustenance for humanity. Even the simple act of granting life to a dormant seed, allowing it to sprout and grow into food, lies entirely beyond human control. Despite all technological and agricultural advancements, humans cannot create life from lifeless matter. This reality serves as a clear demonstration of the knowledge, power, and control of the Creator, Allah, the Exalted, who maintains and sustains all aspects of creation. The Creator and Sustainer of the perfectly balanced universe is the same one who revealed the final divine code of conduct, designed with complete wisdom and balance to align with human nature. This code ensures that individuals can achieve peace of mind through attaining a balanced mental and physical state, and by correctly arranging all aspects of their lives, including their relationships with others. On a societal level, it promotes justice by ensuring that the rights of every person are upheld. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verses 13 to 14.
Indeed, the Quran is a decisive statement. And it is not amusement.
No matter how advanced a society becomes, and regardless of the knowledge acquired in areas such as science, psychology, or medicine, it remains impossible for humans to create a code of conduct that is perfectly suited to human nature and capable of addressing all circumstances individuals or communities may encounter throughout life. Human understanding continues to evolve even regarding basic aspects of existence, such as the functions at different regions of the brain, making it clear that designing a flawless system for moral, social, and personal well-being is beyond human capacity. Only Allah, the Exalted, possesses complete knowledge encompassing the past, present, and future. It is He alone who can provide a code of conduct that clearly distinguishes between right and wrong, beneficial and harmful, and guides individuals toward lasting peace of mind in a world often filled with stress and uncertainty. Historical experience confirms that when this divine code is properly implemented, it results in justice, tranquility, and stability on both personal and societal levels. Therefore, every person must accept and act upon the divine code of conduct, recognizing it as the ultimate guidance for their well-being, even when it conflicts with personal desires. They should emulate a wise patient who follows the counsel of a knowledgeable physician, understanding that the advice, though sometimes difficult or unpleasant, is ultimately in their best interest. By adhering to the teachings of the divine code, individuals position themselves to achieve balance, clarity, and peace in every aspect of their lives, both for themselves and in their interactions with others. As Islam encourages people to control their worldly desires, those whose only aim in life is to fulfill their desires will criticize them as Islam makes them appear animalistic. In addition, the businesses and industries which benefit from people unleashing their desires will also strive against Islam, aiming to encourage people to avoid acting on Islamic teachings. History is filled with individuals, groups, institutions, and entire systems that have attempted to erase Islam from society. They have used political pressure, military force, propaganda, cultural manipulation, and, in modern times, social media campaigns. Yet Islam remains firm, unshaken by these efforts, and will continue to stand until the Day of Judgment. Their attempts to extinguish Islam are as futile as trying to blow out the sun with their breath. Chapter 9 at Tawbah, verse 32.
They want to extinguish the light of Allah with their mouths, but Allah refuses except to perfect His light, although the disbelievers dislike it.
And chapter 86 at Tariq, verses 15 to 16.
Indeed, they are planning a plan. But I am planning a plan.
The divine guidance has been perfected, preserved, and delivered openly to humanity, available to anyone who sincerely seeks it. Its message is universal, transcending nation, ethnicity, or social class, accessible to every person who desires clarity, purpose, and truth. It has been transmitted faithfully across generations, and exemplified through the life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Its teachings address every dimension of human life, spiritual, moral, social, and intellectual, providing a framework through which anyone can attain inner stability, outward righteousness, and a harmonious life. It is now the responsibility of each individual to decide whether they will embrace this guidance and use it to prepare for accountability on the Day of Judgment. Acting upon it enables a person to utilize their blessings correctly, achieve balance in their mental and physical state, and place every matter and every relationship in its proper place. The teachings of this guidance are so clear, comprehensive, and enduring that no falsehood can overshadow them, nor can any competing ideology offer a more complete path to human well-being. Their relevance transcends time, addressing the needs of every generation, whether in simplicity or complexity, scarcity or abundance, peace or turmoil. By following this guidance, a person gains insight, justice, and tranquility, navigating life according to principles grounded in divine wisdom rather than transient human trends. This chapter concludes with a reminder that the respite granted by Allah, the Exalted, for the sake of repentance and reformation, is only temporary. Every person will inevitably face the consequences of their actions, and no delay in punishment should be interpreted as forgiveness without cause. Chapter 86 at Tariq, verse 17.
So allow time for the disbelievers. Leave them a while.
A person who misuses the blessings they have been granted should not be deceived into thinking that the absence of immediate consequences means they will escape accountability. In this world, such an attitude disrupts balance in both mind and body, preventing the proper organization of everything and everyone in their life. Family, friends, career, and wealth, elements intended to support and enrich life, become sources of stress and frustration instead. Those who persist in disobedience may misplace blame onto others, such as their spouse or close companions, further destabilizing their relationships. When they sever ties with these positive influences, the result is often a downward spiral into mental health challenges, including depression, substance abuse, and even suicidal tendencies. This pattern is evident in the lives of many who misuse the blessings they enjoy, wealthy, famous, or otherwise privileged, demonstrating that worldly comforts alone cannot secure inner peace. Ultimately, their failure to prepare for accountability on the Day of Judgment compounds their suffering, as their neglect ensures that the punishment awaiting them in the hereafter will be far more severe. Therefore, a person must sincerely accept and act upon Islamic teachings for their own benefit, even when these teachings contradict their personal desires. They should approach these teachings as a wise patient approaches the advice of a skilled physician, following prescribed medicines and a strict diet plan, even if they are bitter or difficult, trusting that adherence is ultimately in their best interest. Just as such a patient achieves better mental and physical health, so too will the person who sincerely follows Islamic guidance experience balance and well-being in both mind and body. This is because only Allah, the Exalted, possesses the comprehensive knowledge required to ensure that a person attains a balanced mental and physical state, and correctly organizes all aspects of life, including relationships and responsibilities. Human knowledge, no matter how advanced or specialized, is inherently limited. Despite extensive research in psychology, medicine, and social sciences, society's understanding cannot address every challenge a person may encounter, prevent all forms of mental and physical stress, or guarantee that individuals place everything and everyone in their proper place due to limitations in experience, foresight, and human bias. Allah, the Exalted, alone possesses this perfect knowledge, and has conveyed it to humanity through the Holy Quran and the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The effects of following this guidance are evident when observing those who apply it in their lives, compared to those who neglect it. While patients often trust their physicians without fully understanding the science behind their prescriptions, Allah, the Exalted, encourages people not merely to obey blindly but to reflect upon the teachings of Islam, recognize their truthfulness, and appreciate their transformative effects. This requires approaching the guidance with an open and unbiased mind, ready to understand and implement its principles. Chapter 12 Yusuf, verse 108.
Say, this is my way, I invite to Allah with insight, I and those who follow me.
Furthermore, Allah, the Exalted, alone governs the spiritual hearts of people, the true abode of peace of mind. He alone decides who attains this inner tranquility, and who does not. Chapter 53 and Najm, verse 43.
And that it is He who makes one laugh and weep.
It is clear, therefore, that Allah, the Exalted, grants peace of mind only to those who correctly utilize the blessings He has given them according to Islamic teachings. By following this guidance, a person aligns their desires, actions, and relationships in a way that cultivates balance, stability, and lasting tranquility. Chapter 16 and Nahl, verse 97.
Whoever does righteousness, whether male or female, while he is a believer, we will surely cause him to live a good life, and we will surely give them their reward in the hereafter according to the best of what they used to do.
All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, and may peace and blessings be upon His final messenger, Muhammad, his noble family and companions.